What is going on, guys? Robbie here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about another topic involving the Houston Rockets. And I know it's been a minute since I posted. There just hasn't been that much going on. I was trying to work on a Reggie Miller and Tracy McGrady video. I put a hold on that because I wanted to talk about this instead. And also I was too ambitious with how I wanted to do that video and I got bored of it. So now we're on to this video. It's another theory of mine. The Reggie Miller and Tracy McGrady was comparing it. I might put that video out later this month. Just depends on how I feel. But anyways, let's get into what today's video is going to be about, and that is I'm going to say 4 reasons why I think the Banana Boat will have a reunion in this next upcoming season or the season after that in Houston. So I have 4 reasons, and here we go. Chris Paul is already in Houston. Now, as we all know, this past offseason, Chris Paul did a sign and trade deal with the LA Clippers and the Houston Rockets. The LA Clippers sent Chris Paul and his $201 million max contract to the Houston Rockets for Patrick Beverley, Lou Williams, Sam Dekker, Montrezl Harrell, Darren Hilliard, DeAndre Liggins, Kyle Wiltshire, and a first-round protected pick for next year and cash considerations. That is a lot. A lot of stuff that went through in that deal, and obviously you could look at both ways. You know, the Clippers gained, but they also lost. They got a lot of good quality players in that trade, young players, young assets that I think will be good for them in the future. But also, ultimately, the LA Clippers did lose out on Chris Paul. But that is one reason why I didn't think the Banana Boat reunion can happen, because Chris Paul is in Houston. It's an already winning team, 1-3 seed going into this year projected, and they have an MVP candidate on the team. So we'll see. This offseason, Melo was rumored to be traded to about 3 different places. The 3 different places were Clippers, the Cavs, and the Rockets. Now, the Rockets didn't come into play until the Clippers came out of play, and that's because Chris Paul was traded from the Clippers to the Rockets. So it came down to 2 teams to win the Melo sweepstakes, which was the Cavs and the Rockets. And the Cavs were knocked out of the picture as soon as Kyrie requested his trade. And that has yet to happen yet. I'm excited to see where he goes. Obviously, I don't want to see him leave the Cavs, but you know, that's another time, another story. I've already done a video on it. Anyways, back to this. So now the Rockets is the only contending team to pick up Melo. The only problem is they don't have trade pieces anymore because they already traded for Chris Paul. So it's just a question of what they would give up. I mean, Ryan Anderson is probably the only competent player that they'd give up, and you know, they might give up Clint Capella, but I don't think they would. He's too much of an asset. He's young, he's a good defender, very good at pick and roll. I don't think they'd give up Clint Capella, but Melo is another reason why I think the Banana Boat will go there, because it's the only place he's willing to waive his trade for. So that's 2/4 of the Banana Boat if you get Melo in Houston. During this past offseason, Jimmy Butler was traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves, leaving Dwayne Wade as the lone star in the Windy City now. And that's made Dwayne Wade want to discuss a buyout so that he can get out of Chicago, because it's a losing team now. And when he had Jimmy there, they felt confident that they could, you know, get into the playoffs, maybe get to the second round. They almost did this past year. And now Dwayne Wade is discussing a buyout with the Chicago Bulls, while Jimmy Butler is just sitting in Minnesota with a potential dynasty on his hands. So that is another reason why I think that the Banana Boat could be rumored to go to Houston, because since if Chris Paul is already there, Melo's only trade place that he wants to go to is the Houston Rockets, then Dwayne Wade has 2 options on his hand here after he gets out of the buyout. He can either go to the Cavs or the Rockets. Now, he can go to the Cavs, where they have one of their all-stars being traded and one probably going to leave, like I'm going to discuss in my theory in just the next part. Or he can go to the Rockets, who have Chris Paul, an all-star, an MVP candidate in James Harden, another all-star caliber player in Melo, and another MVP caliber player in LeBron if LeBron does decide to go to Houston. That sounds like a way better situation to me than going to Cavs, where the point guard could be traded and it can be changed and the chemistry could be all screwed up and everything like that. So I do think that Dwayne Wade's buyout is going to lead him to go to the Houston Rockets, so he can team up with his buddy Paul and Melo, and then maybe a season later LeBron, but we'll have to see what happens. When we come down to the final puzzle piece, LeBron James. Now, I think he will be going to the Houston Rockets for the reason that by the time he's a free agent, I think that Chris Paul, Dwayne Wade, and Melo will all already be in Houston. Plus, he'll have the MVP caliber talent, who I realize is not in the banana boat, James Harden. And that's very intriguing to me. If I'm LeBron, I'm looking at these teams that I can go to, and my friends already have a life established in Houston. They already have a culture established. They already have a teammate there that's MVP caliber. I'm thinking I'm going to the team where I have 3 of my friends who are all all-stars, 1 person who is an MVP caliber player, and then add me, another MVP caliber player, to the discussion. You have 2 MVP caliber players plus 3 all-stars. That is another all-star more than the Golden State Warriors, and the same amount of MVP caliber players than Golden State Warriors. I think they could be a real contender in the West, and it'd be interesting to see LeBron James switch conferences. It's one of the things thrown around, like MJ didn't really switch conferences, and it'd be interesting to add to the conversation of MJ versus LeBron or versus Kobe, of LeBron switching conferences and seeing how this works. I mean, obviously, I myself, like a lot of other people in the basketball world, think that the NBA should do away with conferences, but the only reason they have it is because of travel. So we'll see, but I do think this team could win a title in the West. I forgot to record my little outro at the end of that little LeBron James clip there, so I'm recording it now. So I want to thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you do, please leave a like and a comment down below on what other videos you want me to do. And if you like this style of editing, please let me know. I'm doing it on a different app, on a different computer, with different audio, so let me know. Peace.